Good morning, students. Today we shall have the revision of Reach for the Top, and she is none other than Santosh Yadav. She is a girl who scaled Mount Everest not only once, twice. She scaled Mount Everest twice. Actually, mountaineering is quite a difficult job among all the activities, among all the activities, sports, other events done by human beings. Mountaineering is quite difficult as there is a change of weather. Temperature remains very low, extremely low. Apart from it, the mountaineers have to carry their own luggage along with them, along with oxygen cylinders. Just imagine how difficult situation these mountaineers face, isn't it? So, even if you go for some climbing, some mountaineering, or even you climb our fort, we get tired, isn't it? We get tired after the climb of a certain level. So it requires quite a long training. Apart from it, there are certain other qualities which are required to make a person a successful climber. Willpower. The most important thing is willpower. Physical and mental toughness. The most important thing. Physical and mental toughness. Apart from it, it requires endurance. Endurance, willpower, and resistance. Physical and mental toughness. All these qualities are required for a person to climb a mountain. And climbing Mount Everest is such a difficult task. Just think. Mount Everest, where the temperature remains in minus degrees. Here, this lady, Santosh Yadav, the central character of our lesson, she is the main character of our story. Then, how she has achieved this success being from a rural area of Haryana, where women even are not worth considered to be educated, isn't it? हरियाणा एक ऐसा स्टेट है जहां इवन गर्ल्स को एजुकेशन देना ही बहुत गलत समझ दिया जाता है, उनको पढ़ाया ही नहीं जाता. इवन गर्ल चाइल्ड is killed before she comes out of the womb of mother. Haryana, Rajasthan, and these states belong to such category where the birth of a girl child is not welcome, isn't it? So she is born in Haryana. Then she also had her 5 brothers. She was the only child, 6th child of her parents. Then she was, apart from it, though belonging to good parents, but her parents were different. Actually, they were landowners, but giving education to a girl child was not there in thought process. Okay, it was not considered good to provide education and other facilities to a girl child. They wanted that she should have her family life, then get married and have her children. That's all. That was all about her. Fine. So that life was not liked by our central character, Santosh Yadav. She revolted, and as I tell you, I want to share something about her life. She is actually born in a family, as I told you, in a society where the birth of a son was regarded as a blessing. Okay? Daughters were not welcome. Then a holy man blazed Santosh's mother, thinking she wanted a son. But Santosh's grandmother wanted Santosh as a next member of her family, means she wanted that she was a welcome child, means her grandmother. But she was named as Santosh, meaning contentment. You must be knowing, Santosh का मतलब होता है content, means satisfied one. But Santosh began living her life on her own terms. Pay attention to the words own and own. See the attention. See the words own and own. I told you there is a slight difference between the pronunciation of these two words on and own. On means it is a preposition, and own it is used as, you must be knowing its meaning as well, but it is my own property. Okay. So it was
Belonging to me.
belongingness. Okay. Belongingness. Fine. Very good. So she wanted to live her life on her own terms. The other girls in our village, they wore traditional Indian dresses, but she wore shorts. Just imagine how the revolting attitude she had right from her childhood. She had willpower, confidence. She was a confident, self-confident girl right from her childhood. You won't believe that in Haryana, in rural areas, the girls are forced even today to wear lehenga and kurti. At that time, Santosh did not want to wear the traditional dresses, so she wore shorts. She said clearly that she was determined to choose a correct path for herself. Others were to change themselves. She was not going to change for others' sake. Okay? Then Santosh was a great lover of education. She did not want to get herself involved in household activities, household work, or okay. It was her only desire, only wish to get educated. Okay. Though her parents were rich landowners, but they did not think of sending her anywhere for her education. Though they could send her, they could send her for education to nearby Delhi. Actually, Haryana is very close to the capital city, Delhi. हमारी जो कैपिटल है दिल्ली उसके काफी क्लोज है, बिल्कुल ज्वाइनिंग है उनकी बाउंड्रीज, तो वहां भेजा जा सकता था स्कूल को, बट दे सेंट हर टू द विलेज स्कूल. देन okay, there is some network issue today. So she was sent to the village school, but Santosh was determined to fight the system. When she turned 16, she refused to marry. Her father was willing to get her married, but she opposed it. Santosh got admission in a school in Delhi. After a long discussion with her parents, she got her admission in a school in Delhi. Her parents now refused to pay her fee. It so happened that her parents refused to pay her fee, but she told them she would work part-time to earn money. Just imagine how much determined she was. She told them that she would work part-time to earn her money and pay the fee and bear other expenses as well. They agreed to pay for her education. They agreed now to pay for her fee, pay for her education and other expenses. Okay. She got admission in a school in Delhi. She went to Jaipur to join Maharani College. Just imagine, she reached here for her higher education, and here she got a room in Kasturba Hostel. It faced the Aravalli Hills. This Kasturba Hostel faced the Aravalli Hills. At that time, she used to see the villagers going up the hill and disappearing. She used to think where these ladies, these women go up the hill and where do they disappear. So it was a fascinating task, even we can say, for her. She used to get attracted. She used to sit at the window of her room in the hostel. That watching the ladies, the women going up the hill and disappearing over there created a sort of interest for climbing. So one day she decided to check herself why the climbers disappeared. She went there. She herself decided to reach and watch the place, means the hill, these Aravalli Hills, where she used to watch. She decided to go and check herself. She found nobody except a few climbers. They encouraged her to take to climbing. Those climbers encouraged her to take to climbing. उन्होंने उसको बहुत मोटिवेट किया कि उसे भी क्लाइंबिंग के फील्ड में आना चाहिए. Then there was no looking back. Then after that, she did not look back. The life started moving ahead. Then, to continue her passion, she decided to join the Institute of Mountaineering. She saved money for that and enrolled herself in a course at Uttar Kashi's Nehru Institute of Mountaineering. This institute is in Uttar Kashi, and the name of the institute where she got herself enrolled is Nehru Institute of Mountaineering. She went there directly from Jaipur. She wrote a letter to her father from there. In it, she apologized for taking admission in Uttar Kashi. Okay. Without seeking the permission from her father, she joined that institute and she wrote the letter for apology to her father. There, Santosh went on an expedition everywhere. She developed a remarkable resistance to cold and the high altitudes. She had an iron will, physical endurance, and mental toughness. These are the main qualities that enables a person to achieve the pinnacles of success, to reach the highest point, the highest peak of the world. What are these qualities? Iron willpower, physical endurance, and mental toughness. Her efforts started bearing fruits. In 1988, remember the year, in 1988, she had asked the Aravalli mountaineers if she could join them. What did she say? She asked those mountaineers if she could join them. In 1992, it was the year of her grand success. She conquered Mount Everest when she was barely 20 years old. She thus became the youngest woman in the world to achieve it. Remember it? In 1992, she was only 20 years old when she conquered Mount Everest. She thus became the youngest woman in the world to achieve it. She proved equally helpful to the fellow climbers. It is not that she didn't help anyone. She provided a helping hand to her fellow climbers whenever required. There are some other aspects of her life apart from being a climber. During 1992 Everest mission, Santosh Yadav provided special care to a climber. He lay dying at South Pole. She could not save him, but she managed to save another climber, Mohan Singh. Though she could not save one of them, but she was successful in saving Mohan Singh. He would have died if Santosh had not shared her oxygen with him. Okay? Within 12 months, Santosh was invited by Indo-Nepalese women expedition. Just think, it was the second opportunity for her. Within 12 months of her first conquest, she was invited by Indo-Nepalese women expedition. She then joined them and became the member of this team. She conquered the Mount Everest a second time and thus set a record as the only woman to have climbed the Everest twice. Even climbers cannot think of climbing Mount Everest in their regular workout, regular climbing practice, and she scaled it twice. So this is a great honor for her and for our country, for us. The Indian government recognized her achievement and she was honored with the Padma Shri. It is a civilian award. It is one of the nation's top honors. Okay? Santosh described her feelings when she was on the top of the world. How does a person feel? You have learnt in your previous class, class 8th, Major HPS Ahluwalia. And he was he described his feeling in such a way that now at that time he was standing at the top of the world and there is no other place, means all the ways would take him down. Okay, so there was no place left to take him ahead. Then she unfurled the tricolor over there. It is very difficult for anyone to describe such moments. It was a spiritual moment for her. She felt proud to be an Indian. Apart from it, she acted as an environmentalist also. She brought down 500 kilograms of rubbish from the Himalayas while coming down from the place, from the Everest. Okay.